Happy Thursday, everybody. So for tomorrow, don't forget we are doing our live virtual class. It's the second one that we're doing. It's tomorrow at 11:45 on our mind-body schedule. If you are interested in doing that class, make sure you sign up ahead of time. The sign-up window is 30 minutes before the class starts. So you can sign up now for it, no problem. The window closes 30 minutes before the class to give us time to figure out the rest of the logistics to get you guys emailed with the link. So don't forget to do that. We'll pass it over to Eddie for the workout.
Okay, for the workout today, 10 rounds. So you are having quite a bit of volume, but it is a skill strength style workout. So where it matters, the volume's not there too much. So 15 seconds, not too long of a time. And you're doing 10 total, so 5 on each side, so not a lot of volume for those two movements. That's really where your skill and strength is coming from. Russian twist is a lot of volume, so we're doing 20 there, body weighted for that reason. Also on the Russian twist, be sure that it has good quality, that you're twisting through your lower part of your body, so your lower part of your midline, and that upper is following. I see a lot of times the shoulders moving, belly button hasn't moved. So we'll get more into that stuff, guys, in the workout. But I mentioned that because it's got a lot of volume today. You got 10 rounds. Be consistent with your time frame on each round to ensure that your focus is there. You're not going out of the gates too fast, and then your later rounds are really slow, which will clearly indicate that you've lost the focus of the skill and maybe just working on the strength. Okay, so 10 rounds. Have fun with that one. I'm going to pass over to Chris for the afterburner.
Okay, for the afterburner today, we're getting back on the mobility train here. So we are doing 2 minutes of a wall squat stretch. This is really good for opening up the hips. There's different variations of this stretch. We'll go over the one we're doing today. And then we have 2 minutes of our overhead wall squat stretch. So this one, your back is going to be against the wall. Again, we're going to go over that. Really good if you struggle with your overhead mobility. So if overhead squats or overhead lunges are a tricky position for you, this movement will be awesome. So all you'll need is a wall for the afterburner. We will see you for the warm-up.
Okay, today's warm-up is you're getting you moving for 5 minutes, so as many reps as possible. It's a warm-up. You're not going out of the gates trying to do a workout here. So starting with the wood chops, you're going for 5 on both sides. For the wood chop, you're really just loosening up by twisting your body. We're going to do them standing up today. So you're going to reach to your shoulder and then down towards your hip. Okay, so again, over your shoulder, down towards your hip. Depending on your flexibility and mobility, you might be able to twist a little bit more. Just watch how far forward the knees go and how much you're squatting. Okay, just a couple things to watch out. Move based on how you're feeling today. 5 on one side, then you're going 5 on the other side. Once you've done the 10, you're going into your downward dog for 10 seconds. The emphasis of this is to open up your thoracic, so upper spine, and get the shoulders retracted, so squeeze your shoulder blades down for proper loading of the shoulders. So the 10 seconds, you're trying to load up the shoulders. So as you load them up, notice how Yash is going down and forward. When he loads up his shoulders, he's kind of bouncing around in there. Feel free, depending on how you're feeling tight, to bounce around. Don't worry what's going on with your legs too much. So if your heels touch the ground, they don't, awesome. If your knees are bent and they're not bent, don't worry about it. Worry about loading up the shoulders by opening up your spine in those 10 seconds. Once you're done the 10 seconds, we're going to go into your bear crawl. So for 10 steps. So for that bear crawl, this is where you can move a little bit quicker. You're going to step forward with one side and the same, or the opposite side, step forward. So then you're going to switch sides, to right hand, left foot, then left hand, right foot. Once you get the coordination going, guys, just move along with it a little bit quicker to allow you to elevate your heart rate a little bit more. Plus, you're spending time upside down, getting ready for the handstand work that we have today, okay? Once you've completed the 5 minutes of your work to warm you up, gets that heart rate going, gets the body blood flow going, you're going to finish off with the body tightener. Okay? which is, to me, the name was a new name for me today. Which is where you're holding the wall up, or you're pushing up against the wall. So you're facing down, tight body, legs are tight, glutes are tight. You push your palm into the wall to assure the arms are straight. If you want to challenge yourself, think about pushing up with or getting hollow, which would push your upper back a little bit more. I find as soon as I push into it or get into the hollow position, it really fires up my lats. So it's a good warm-up movement for myself, and it's a great just full body to prepare you for that handstand work today. We're gonna finish off with 1 minute in that body tightener movement, guys. Go for it, have fun, think about your breathing as you're doing it. We'll see you in the workout.
Okay, for the workout today, guys, we have a 10-rounder. The first movement we're gonna go over is the bent over row. We're gonna use a bench today, or in this case, a chair. So you're gonna rest one of your hands on the bench or chair. You're gonna take a little bit of a lunge here, and then the other hand is going to hold on to your object, of course. We're keeping that back nice and tight, and you're gonna try to pull that elbow up all the way in the air, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Notice how he's initiating the movement by driving that elbow back and up. So you're gonna go for 5 of those per side. We always recommend on these bent over rows, try to hold it just for not even a full second at the top when you feel that shoulder blade tension. After that, we're going for a 15-second wall facing hold. So for this movement, you can go for your wall climb, and you're just gonna try to keep your core tension tight as you climb that wall. And your goal here is to get closer and closer and closer to the wall. Eventually, your nose should be touching that wall, your elbows are locked out, rib cage is in, butt's nice and tight. So you're trying to keep everything nice and tensioned up. You saw his head slightly through that window, squeezing those shoulder blades at the end range of motion. If you guys, so you can come on down from there, Yash, if you guys aren't comfortable getting that close to the wall, that's okay. If you're most of the way there, that's totally fine. If you don't really get good range, you're not really getting upside down on that wall comfortably, you can also go for a dive bomber hold. So for the dive bomber hold, back feet are gonna be really wide. We're gonna again walk the hands in towards the feet, and you're locking out those elbows and back, trying to mimic being in that inverted position. So that is another option. Final option we're gonna take you through, I'm gonna switch it up here, Yash. We rehearsed something totally different. We're going on the fly here. So we're actually gonna try, lots of you guys do these in our workouts instead of handstands. You can have your feet on a bench. Since we're using our bench today, might as well get double use out of it. And we're gonna just, again, use that elevated foot position so you can walk the hands in, locking out that upper back and getting into that inverted position. So that is another option. You saw Yash take a couple more steps in. The goal is to get as upside down as possible. So you don't want to be in a push-up. So essentially, if your hands are too far away from that bench, you're just going to basically be in a plank. We want to try to get inverted. Finally, guys, 20 Russian twists. We're going to do these at body weight. So we're going to come down to the ground. The focus here is going to be getting as much rotation as possible through that trunk. So the feet are going to be slightly hovering off the ground, and we're just going to be rotating through those shoulder blades. You can see his shoulders turning through that trunk as much as possible for 20 touches. Thanks a lot, guys. We will see you for the afterburner.
Okay, Yash has been in his pose, trying to levitate himself. This is your first stretch today, okay? This is lifting kind of favorite, because you can start challenging yourself on your width for your squat stance to get a deeper stretch in the groin maybe without loading the hips up too much. 2, you can think about torquing your hips by pushing your knees out, driving your heels into the floor. 3, you can start working on lowering your heels downward to allow you to work on your squat depth. So this is a great stretch because you can kind of tailor it to how you want to, where it opens up the hips, whether it's for range of motion at the bottom squat, it's the width of your stance. You're gonna accumulate 2 minutes in this position. Once 2 minutes are up, you're gonna roll out of it. You're going to get into your squat now. You're gonna have your back up against the wall. You're gonna bring your heels away from the wall. You're gonna get down to the bottom of your squat, and then you're gonna flip over, having your hand on the wall. I find personally this is a good stretch, not just for your hips, but you start really connecting all the tissue in the upper body. So I'll feel it sometimes my bicep and my pec here, just by sliding my hand back a little bit more and looking over. Okay, so you're gonna accumulate 2 minutes on this stretch. So let's go a minute aside at least. But if you want to hang out there longer, go right ahead, hang out there longer. Your after party or afterburner today is really spent in the squat. Enjoy today's workout and afterburner. We'll see you